Get in, nerds. We are playing Hearts of Iron 4. I am going to get started with today's episode. We're still relocating some of these units. Cool. Alright. Actually, though, that is the end of our naval buildup. So what else do we need in these navies? I think it's going to be a line of... Let me see. I think this carrier force needs more cruisers. Yeah, Nimitz needs more cruisers. So we're going to build 4 of them. These are going to all go in our carrier strike force here. And we're just going to max out these lines. And that should provide plenty for our fleets to do. Cool. Did some damage to the German fleets. Very good. Alright, so we're just waiting for our... Actually, no. We're going to start with Clark's army is going to get a staff office plan here. And how about Patton's army? His units are in place. He'll get one as well. And then finally, Truscott's units are getting there. So we'll go ahead and press that button now. Alright, what that's going to do is that's going to make our units plan crazy fast. And that's going to allow us to get these plans going a lot faster than they normally would. So those should be ready to go in just a few days. Very good. As you can see, these planning bonuses are basically already all accumulated. So that is wonderful. I'm going to go ahead and grab one more doctrine here before we get started with our next round of attacks. I don't remember whether shock and awe or airland battle is better, so we'll hold off on that other stuff for now. Alright, Hodge's units are still getting en route here. And Clark's divisions are basically ready to go, so we'll hit the go button on those. Ditto with Patton's armored army. And then Truscott's units are... Some of these still are accumulating their bonuses, so we'll give them a little bit of time, probably one more day. And then at 9 a.m. we'll press the go button. 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. Wow, there actually is a pretty substantial force here. Alright, let's get this going. Still, we do have significant... we are inflicting significant damage on them, though, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. I'm going to put these bombers in Paris, and we're going to target... I'm going to set them both to strategic bombing. I'm going to set them to night bombing only, and we're going to target Western Germany here. And we're going to have those units, those air units, bomb those zones. Very good. Elimination there. These units have gotten to the front finally. So we'll set up an order here and just get them preparing to advance. We are experiencing success down here, which is very good. I'm very pleased about that. Probably what I'm going to do is once we've captured this territory up to the Maginot Line, I'm going to relocate my defensive force just to that area and reallocate the other armies back up north. We do not have air superiority in the Benelux region. Let me see if I got any planes in other places. Oh yeah, I got this light bombardment wing. Yeah, we'll bring them in for sure. These are fighter bombers. They're not very good. I started with them. I'm not too concerned about them right now. Sicily, Normandy. Oh, Crete. We got a bunch of air units in Greece. Which, you know, sorry Greece, but I need to win the war in Northern Europe. Sadly, you've been allocated to the status of secondary front. Alright, where else? Where else? Where else? Where else? Still got a bunch in Manila, don't need those. Pull them in. That's a pretty solid force for now. Let's go ahead and see what else we've got. Rodi. Huh. Curious. Well, they're on their way up north, so that's really not much of a factor at all. Alright. I'm seeing this. Yes, we do have Allied shore bombardment going there. Let's go ahead and... One other air doctrine we can get. The others are over. Let's take another look at our officer corps. So we got this reduced accidents chance, which is nice. But I think there's got to be something better we can do with this. Not really. Alright, well, that's fine. What about this? We got veteran air instructors. That's actually still really, really strong. Might do total devastation, but I don't think so. We don't have a Spirit of Divisional Command. So let's go ahead and get that. We'll get Smoke and Fire. That's going to get us extra breakthrough, and we're absolutely going to use that as we are on the attack for most of our action in this theater. We are still advancing here on both sides. So let's take a second to look at how things are going. We've suffered 123 casualties. The maximum inflicted are split about evenly between Vichy France and Germany, which is a little bit of a surprise. Vichy France, we've inflicted 133,000 casualties on them. They've inflicted about 50 on us, so that's a kill death of about 5 to 2. And German Reich, we've inflicted about 600,000 casualties on them. They've inflicted about 40,000 on us, so that's a pretty solid kill death as well. We finally have our light tanks arriving on the scene. Ooh, going through, not around. Successfully attack and control an area with a level 10 fort in it. That's incredible. I didn't think I was going to be doing any of that. Yet, here we are. Well, gosh, now I feel absolutely chock full of myself. What a massive warlord of command here. And we're just using these automated battle plans to get the work that we need done. I see there is an opportunity to go through, not over here. Damn, alright. So that's unfortunate. So we were not able to get a hold of this spot before an enemy division occupied it. I don't know why this unit is attacking here. It shouldn't be. You're not needed. Let's go ahead and manage our supply situation quickly here. Gonna need this one. Gonna need this one. Absolutely. And Antwerp, Dunkirk, Calais. All of these supply bases are going to be absolutely necessary for continuing to advance. In the south, we need to motorize Tours. and La Rochelle. Where's Antwerp? Have we gotten Antwerp yet? Switch back to the main view. I think this is Antwerp here. But I could be wrong. Breda. I'm not sure, but I think that's the zone. Historically, there was a little bit of a failure to capture Antwerp, and that led to some major, before the Germans were able to just absolutely wreck the port facilities there, and it led to some serious problems in the Allied advance. Alright, we're nearly to the point where we can have these air wings reallocate to southern France. In fact, we're virtually there now. Cool. Greece is in our war, very good. Alright, and are we over the Rhine yet? Not quite. Still working on it. So, now, this is the point at which Hodge's army is going to fully relocate to just guarding this zone here. The ones that are in the northern front, obviously. The ones that are in the southern front will stay where they are. And with that having been established, we're going to have our main forces reallocate back north. Oh, we're over the Rhine. We're over the Rhine. Excellent. Clark's army. And just take up this area. We do have more dockyards available. Just going to pop these into building convoys. We're going to need a lot of convoys to supply this massive force we've got over in Europe. Well, we were over the Rhine for a second here. I think maybe once we get the southern French front cleared out, we'll
keep on attacking.
Press the go button on this these advances once again. We'll see if we can get where we want to go. At this point, it's just a slugging match between us and the Axis. Ooh, nailed some good ship kills there. Philippines wants into the war? Absolutely. Germany's naval situation? Yeah, their fleet is basically destroyed. That's excellent. And it looks like we may be able to get back over the Rhine if we're successful. Excuse me, Clark. Why does your order end here? It should end at the sea. There's war in all those locations, Clark. Clark, you fool. I don't know what happened there. Ooh, there's the advanced medium tank chassis. Wonderful. I'm going to hold off on building an advanced medium tank for now. And we'll get started on some other stuff. The Marines are continuing to push forward in the south as well. They are getting back some of the experience they lost in those naval invasions where they took a lot of casualties, so I'm feeling pretty pumped about that. Let me just double check our naval doctrine is filled out. Naval doctrine is filled out. Marine forces are filled out. No, we never researched paratroopers. Well, that's a shame. Alright, so we are actually full up on navies now. I think a few of these recon forces still need additional destroyers. And they've still got... Yeah, okay. Alright, so we'll get our ASW destroyers. We'll get some lines of ASW destroyers going. the medieval view here. Forces 1, 5, U.S. Task Force 1, and U.S. Task Force 2. Well, I never did fix my my Marine Task Force names back up, but, you know, it's fine. So, Recon Force 1, Recon Force 5, U.S. Task Force 1, U.S. Task Force 2, and then we'll cut some dockyards off of these convoy lines to make sure those get built. All right, we are over the Rhine and continuing to advance. Recoilless rifle here, very good. We'll just continue to work on stronger and better tanks. Let's make sure supply is doing fine over in southern France. We have taken Vichy, so that means the Vichy French government should collapse in reasonably short order. And let's get Mark Clark's army back working on offensive orders. I'm going to try to get to... What river is this? I'm not sure. But if we can take the fight to the enemy and get this zone taken over, we'll be in really good stead. And we'll grab Bradley's force and we'll have them do the same. We'll tighten their front just a little bit to make sure that they are attacking in the most optimal location.
Yes, sir.
You should have all your units. Did I do this wrong?
Under fire.
Oh, because they already have an order. There we go. Like, why is this happening? Like, oh, because they're already doing a thing. They're already in the middle of something. So, and we'll give them just a little bit of time to plan.
Pushing them back, sir.
And then we'll tell them to go. Just go. Just go. That is 43. We're heading in towards 44. Should be good on chromium for the moment once again. How are we doing on steel? Not as good as I would like. On the other hand, combat casualties are significantly impacting war support at this point. So we're going to exhort heroism. This is something I don't think we've done before in this run, but basically the more casualties you take, the lower your war support goes, and you need high war support to continue a war effectively, particularly if you're at a very high level of mobilization, which I am. Press these go buttons here. And these units can deploy to southern France now, finally. Very good. We are in Western Germany, so let's go ahead and get our air units properly deployed to support the advance there. These tactical bomber wings do not actually quite have the range to be doing the thing I wanted to do with them, so we'll put them in... nope. Flanders. We'll put them in Flanders. And that will let us do Cass in Germany. Oh, broken line. Careful now. Can't have that. And we are also in northern Germany at this point. We do have air fleets that are deployed to northern France, which they do technically still need to be. for this front. But with that said, I think we can be a little bit more flexible about that. So these 400 are here, and then we got 500 who are here on the English Channel. I think we can neglect the English Channel a little. I think the English can take care of the English Channel. So we'll grab these 200, we'll put them here, and we'll deploy them to northern Germany. And then we'll take the 300 that are in Paris, put them in Luxembourg, and deploy them to northern Germany as well. Go ahead and unpause that. That'll get us properly going. Nice. Good solid breakthrough here. And what this is going to do for us is it's going to significantly deplete German industrial capacity. Dang, no, that's really unfortunate. Need to get a hold of Dortmund because that's our supply depot in this zone. Nice. Took out a bunch of German submarines. There's our supply depot. So that's going to really help us out. And we've made the coast. So at this point, it's just a matter of these marine divisions bashing forward until there's nowhere else to bash. Cipher for Italy is decrypted. Nice. You know, Bradley's army has not been doing the type of work that I was really hoping it would end up doing, but that's okay. Another opportunity for pork barrel spending. I don't want to do that. Good. Now another submarine. Supply is starting to become a problem here. We are pushing forward an absolutely breakneck speed here. We're still ahead of historical schedule, and we've got a beautiful encirclement down here in the south. So let's just go ahead and smash forward as fast as we can, because we want to... nope, not there. So we want to do as much damage to our enemies as we can. And there's paratroopers. I did remember to research paratroopers. We've got a research bonus, so we'll go ahead and just move forward to the second level. And then we'll grab some paratrooper doctrines. Let me see. Recon and sabotage. Enemy-controlled states who paradrop into receive damage to military, civilian, and factories and infrastructure. Or combat insertion. Enemy divisions and states who paradrop into will have their organization reduced. And that second one seems much better. Airborne armor. Oh, that's very funny. Alright, we're doing it. Blessed. Airborne medical. Extra recovery rate. That's very strong. Strategic airlift corps. Paratrooper transport factor and 1 extra day of supply grace. And then backbone of the armed forces attack. Reduced division training time and reduced special forces contribution. And on the other side, we got defense from signal divisions, extra org and acclimatization factor, and breakthrough and soft attack. Ooh, that's really strong. But I use field hospitals a lot more than this other stuff, and recovery rate is really good. So we'll just go ahead and grab these ones. And now let's make ourselves a paratrooper division. Airborne division. Actually, we're not going to do that yet, because I'm going to be designing a tank, and wow, these take forever. Let's see what kind of a tank I can design using just the stuff I've got. So we're going to be doing an Army Ordnance Department tank. So let's take a look at the Army Ordnance Department to see what options we've got. Periscope sights, breakthrough and defense, that's really good. Production output, that's also really good. Over here we've got production output and then either armor, defense, or breakthrough. I think extra breakthrough is what appeals to me. We got 2 trait points here. I think this one's... Oh, we've already got that. Oh, wonderful. Perfect. I nailed it. Well, we'll go ahead and do this, and we'll actually do this one, because these together lets us get extra production efficiency cap and gain, which is pretty solid. And that'll let us build a bunch of different tanks. Not a bunch of different tanks, a bunch of the same tank, but better. I'm not going to worry about policies for the moment. That'll just be what it is. So, let's design ourselves an advanced medium tank. So we're going to want our 3-man turret, our Christie suspension, our welded armor, our diesel engine. Medium armaments, we want the improved medium cannon. That's the best big gun that we're going to be able to get, the Radio 3. Easy maintenance, that's going to increase reliability and reduce production cost, which is definitely worth it. Sloped armor, this is going to increase production cost, but it's going to give us a big old boost to armor. And then finally, for our last one, we're going to do squeeze bore adapter to give us some extra piercing. Alright. Engines, engines, engines with diddly-dee. That's actually not fast enough. We're going to go with gas engines. And then we're going to boost up armor to 10. That's going to give us 9 kilometers per hour speed. 80% reliability. Yeah, that's a really good solid tank is what that is. Nice, 116 armor. Yeah, this is a good tank. I like this tank. Yeah. Alright, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Here's our MBT-43, ready to go. 86 Army experience, and worth it. The current improved medium tank, by the way, let me just look at what we've... never mind. Oh, hold on. Kerblam. So that's going to take some time to get where it wants to go, but that is what it is. It's also 43. So there is some more research we need to do. But we'll worry about that in a second. Because right now, we are sealing off a pocket here. Excellent. There's the War Plans Division. We'll do intervention in Europe, because that's where we're intervening. We're not decrypting any enemy ciphers at this point. Let's grab Bulgaria, Slovakia, you know, just kind of whoever's lying around. Finland. We need the Finnish cipher. Brilliant. Let's get these units besieged in Montpelier fully capitulated. And we'll continue to press forward on these units to make sure that they are capitulated. Or not capitulated, to make sure that they surrender. Capitulation is the thing countries do. Units just surrender. Alright, so I'm going to grab our... Once this is done, I think I'm going to grab our infantry forces, our non-marine infantry forces, and we're just going to move them up to the main front in the north, and that's going to allow us to do everything we wish to do. At this point, I think we can redeploy these planes over to that area. Ooh, and actually, we've got a bunch of enemy troops kind of trapped over this way. So let's, in fact, the AI seems to have disallocated a bunch of divisions to that zone, and that is not what we want. So we'll put those units there. We'll motorize some supply depots. And that'll hopefully get us what we need in terms of units. We're a little low on forces for all these fronts, so alright, perfect. And this zone is cleared out. So I'm just gonna close out that front and all of these units in Hodge's army. Actually, no. All the units that don't have any orders, they can go to the front in the Low Countries and make sure that that gets finished out. And meanwhile, Truscott's Marine divisions can press across the Alps and link up with our forces in Italy. And that will be just fine. We're having some real weakness in supply in the Alpine region, so let's go ahead and try to crack Marseille so that we can get that as a supply hub. Perfect. Perfect. And now that we've got that as a supply hub, we'll push forward. And if we can get Torino, which I'm hoping we will do, we'll be able to get everything we want. So, we need some air support in the Alpine region. Recon towers are built. Let's go ahead with nuclear reactors. And I think these are naval dockyards that the enemy has in these zones. I don't think they're naval bases. Zoot suit riots. Hispanic youths wearing extravagant clothes, zoot suits, have been the target of racialized riots in border cities in the South, stemming from sensationalized reporting over the death of a teenager in Los Angeles. 9 Mexican-American youths were convicted for murder over the incident. Intelligence agents have compiled reports stating that the Zoot Suiters are in fact fascist agents, collaborating with the ultra-Catholic synarchists in Mexico in order to assist in a Japanese-German invasion of the Americas. That seems rather unlikely. How much are we paying these agents? That gives 1% stability and costs 25 political power. Arrest the Zoot Suiters anyway. The riots are a threat to our war effort. I gotta do the first one. That's just really silly. Mexico is literally fighting on the same side of this war as we are. I don't know how you think that could possibly be anything other than absolutely bonkers wildness. Perfect. Keep the supply going here. If we can get a hold of Nice, I think we'll have the supply to do what we need to do. Has Vichy France capitulated yet? They still haven't. I think we still need to... I think Nice is going to be it, though. I feel very confident. And here is these German divisions destroyed as well, pretty much. I think once that pocket closes, we're going to put a pin in this episode, because we are well into Germany.
Pushing them back, sir.
And we got a hold of... We've got a pocket here as well, so hopefully if we can crack that, we will destroy these 7 German units as well. Perfect.
Yes, sir.
Alright, so at this point, Hodge's army we can extend your fronts to this distance. And Clark's army will be able to reallocate to the northern front. In the meantime, though, we've got 2 additional armies over here in the United States that we should get redeploying to Europe. Oh, no, these ones. These ones we need to redeploy to Europe. These ones we can definitely make some use of. So, I'm going to put them on garrison orders in France for the moment, just to get them kind of on their way over here. And this army as well. We'll put on garrison duty in northern France. And that'll just get those units on the way over here. We keep getting these ace events, we're going to keep ignoring them. Alright. Keep us going here. 1 more unit in Wilhelmshaven. Very good. So, that is going to be the end of today's episode. Let's just take a quick look at where the war is as a whole. The Soviets have started to push back at least around Moscow. Things are still going pretty rough in the south. The Germans have got a hold of Baku, so that's giving them access to a bunch of Soviet oil, which is not great. They're putting up a really solid fight with us, but I'm optimistic. We got a hold of most of Italy, and we're pushing in from the north now, which has historically been a lot easier. We are also continuing to get a hold of North Africa from the Axis, so that's a very good situation. Happy to be having that continuing on. Let's take one more look at our kill ratios before we go, to give us an assessment of where our victory is at. Oh my goodness, we got over the Maginot Line. Someone got over the Maginot Line. I didn't get over the Maginot Line. I'm pushing the Maginot Line. I'm not crazy. Anyway, let's take a look at our situations. We've suffered 252 casualties. Germany has vastly outstripped Vichy France in terms of number of casualties inflicted at this point, with 130,000. France is bringing up second with 66,000, and Italy at 24,000. In terms of what we've done, we've inflicted 330 casualties on Vichy France, so that's a ratio of 5-1. German Reich, we've inflicted just about 1 million casualties, so that's a ratio of about 8-1. Italy, we've done 180 casualties. That's still about 8-1. That's 7 or 8-1. So that's modest. We haven't had all that much contact with Italy. Let's see if we got any significant portion of the casualties inflicted on any of these Axis miners. Legionary Romania, it's 40,000. That's not too much. 74,000 on Bulgaria. We've been fighting Bulgaria. Hungary, 117,000. That's interesting. UK is still vastly outweighing us on that front. They've also suffered way more casualties themselves. But yeah, in terms of total losses, our side is 8 million, their side is 11 million. Who suffered all these losses on ours? Oh, it's the Soviet Union. Soviet Union and its miners. That's wild. Yeah, let's... Just for funsies, Germany's inflicted 3.9 million casualties on the Soviet Union, the vast majority of all the casualties inflicted on the Soviet Union. And the Soviet Union has inflicted back 4.4 million. Oh my gosh. Soviet has a north of 1 kill death on the German Reich right now. Oh boy, not looking good for Germany at this point. Oh man. Once the Soviets have got a north of 1 kill death on you, you're really, really in trouble. Anyway, that's the state of the war at this point, friends. I've had fun this episode. I hope you've had fun, and I will see you all on the other side.